What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, Thompson 918 here, y'all. Be back at it again. We lit. You already know we lit, man. I wanted to make a video, y'all. FedEx package handlers. Where y'all at, man? Represent, Slim. Represent, y'all. Look, they even give you this freaking this nice freaking handy dandy FedEx cup, y'all. Okay, let me give y'all a little description of what FedEx package handlers are, right? So you got several um positions like that you can do while you're working at FedEx, right? As a part-time, and we're talking about part-time in this video, as a package handler. And you can unload packages, and then you can package them into the truck. You can scan them, and you can put them in different crates and stuff like that. You can put them on conveyor belt. Like, they got several people doing different things, like different stations. And generally speaking, when they hire you, you're just going to be unloading the truck. And the truck is like really big. I mean, the truck is like 40 to 50 feet long. Like, I mean, the trailer. And it is, it's no joke. And it is filled up to the brim, 100%. That's what they call it, 100%. And they say like the expectation is about, I believe, 1,000 packages an hour. That's what they say. So normally, if they like a little bit more experienced package handlers, like what they'll do is they'll have, someone by themselves in a trailer. He'll have like a whole trailer to himself. And see, the trailer, it's weird. Like, so you've got the trailer filled up, right? So you have like the back filled up to the brim with packages, and then of course you clear the whole thing, and then under those packages there's like flaps underneath the little FedEx, like underneath the truck. And like there's like these flaps, and there's a whole bunch of more packages underneath the flaps, so they fill that up, put the flaps down, and put more packages on top of that. So these packages aren't light. I mean, some of them, they're ranging from 100 to 150 pounds, and you might not think, oh, that's not a lot, that ain't nothing. But when you inside of that truck with no AC, and you lifting up these packages constantly, I mean, every day, like every second, these 150-pound boxes, and they're large boxes, like TVs, treadmills, bikes. There's a trailer called like an IC trailer, which pretty much has things on it that is too big to go on a conveyor belt. And there's tires in there. There are like actual tires. There's car parts, heavy car parts, like a whole bunch of things, like huge wiring and stuff like that. So and the thing about it, y'all, the job, it's simple. It's 4 hours. I mean, it's not mentally draining at all. Like, you're not gonna go there and be mentally stressed out. It's not like a lot of things to do, right? It's not like when I was working at USPS, where you have to actually learn your own case, learn your route, and like and then load your truck, and like it's simple. You'll go in, right? And once again, I really can't like say this specifically because everyone has different different experiences, but management and stuff, they're fine. They don't yell or nothing. They don't they constantly check up. This is my first day, by the way. Just want to add that today was my first day. They came around every 10-15 minutes, check on me, make sure I'm okay. Always tell you to make sure to wear boots, because it's a huge thing. Like, if you're not wearing boots, if you're not wearing work shoes, they will kick you out. They don't care. This one lady came in, and they told me last week, one lady came in and she wasn't wearing her work boots. She lived 2 hours away, and they told her, nope, you're going home. And she cussed them out. She got fired, of course, but yeah, man, they don't play around with that. So work boots and stuff, constantly stay hydrated. They got water fountains and cups everywhere, because it's a big deal. Heat stroke happens like a lot, like, because people don't really think about it like that, because you're only in a trailer. People think that they can just drink like one cup of water and they'll be fine for that shift. And I'm telling you, you're like constantly sweating, you're constantly dehydrated. So it's really important, and that's probably why they give you these fancy little things. But it's like I said, it's not mentally stressful at all. It's like there's no like mental, but like physically it is. Like, physically, if you're not in shape, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. If you're not in shape, it's gonna kick your ass. Like, it really is. Like, I'm in shape. I'm not like freaking Hulk Hogan in his prime, or Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime, or Dwayne the Rock Johnson, but I got like a 4 pack and a little bit of muscle, But like I'm telling y'all, and like there are people who they're fit there, like they look like actual athletes and shit, and they be cramping up. One dude I was working with today, he lifting up a package. He was like, and like his hand was doing it. Like, and I mean, y'all, it's a shit. I gotta switch my hands on my phone now. My right hand getting tired. But y'all, like, it's physically demanding, But like I said, it's not mentally stressful at all. It's short, 4 hours, you're done. 4 hours. You go in. They gave me a temporary card, that I scan until I get my permanent one. You go in, scan at this door, you punch in, swipe your card. At the beginning of every shift, they have like a meeting at this little board or whatever. Everyone talks about how they did on the previous day, how scanning percentages were and how unloading percentages were and everything. And then, everyone dismisses and then off to your stations, right? So like I said, when they start hiring new people, normally what the manager told me is that, like, if they see you doing really good and excelling at like unloading, they'll keep you on unloading. But they might, they like to train people all around the different stations because, like they said, especially in peak season, which is around November, December, and January, of course, Christmas and holidays, New Year's and stuff like that. Everything picks up, so they want you to be able to know how to scan and how to print and how to, unload and load and do whatever need you to do. And I mean, yeah, y'all, it's pretty simple. I mean, it pays. It probably varies from state to state, I'm guessing, but over here it's like 13 something, 1340, 1350. Like I said, part-time's 4-hour shifts. It's early. They got 2 shifts. I don't know like how it is like in everywhere else, but they got like 2 shifts. They got like a morning shift and they got an evening. And normally it depends on what they hire you for. Whatever you applied for is normally where like the time you're gonna be working. So I applied for an AM shift, and he told me, what was it, 2 days ago, before I came in this morning. He was like, be here at 4 a.m. And I mean, yeah, it's no joke. If you're a night owl, you'll probably love this job. If you're a night owl, I mean, it's perfect. Like this, and by no means will pay the bills. Like you'll probably be making, if you're getting paid 13, 14 an hour, depends, like I said, where you are, but you'll probably be making 100, maybe 200 a check. I mean, you get paid weekly, which is a good thing. But I would definitely say that if you're looking for something to pay the bills, this will be able to, if you save up, or you could, but it's not. You probably need like a second job, and most people, either they're going to college, they're working this job, they're going to college, or they got like a second job, because this ain't enough to pay mortgages and shit, right? And I mean, like I said, I mean, my overall opinion on it, this is only my first day. I know I'm gonna be sore as hell. I gotta keep swapping hands because I know I'm gonna be sore as hell by the time I take a shower and then wake up and stuff. But I mean, like, it's simple work. I mean, it's simple. It's just manual labor. Would I say that it's worth it? I mean, I would not mind a couple more dollars an hour for doing this. The amount of labor and work that you're putting in, like physically, is definitely exhausting on the body, and it's probably underwhelming to see a paycheck like of only $100 something. Once again, like I said, it's simple. That's why, you're not doing much. And big warning though, for those who are looking to apply. I gotta keep swapping hands, my fucking arms are dying. But for those who are like looking like to become a FedEx package handler, big warning, like it varies. If you are out of shape, I'm gonna just be real. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're out of shape, you're gonna have a tough time. Like, you're gonna have a tough time. Like I said, even people who are in shape, motherfuckers walking around ripped and shit in tank tops out here, walking around looking like they these guys flexing, yeah, like people just acting stupid, on the line and shit. And they're sitting there cramping up, holding their back and everything. So like I said, I had someone else in orientation with me, and he was a bit overweight, and he was dying. He was so I mean, I'm just fair warning. It is strenuous, and like it is, you will be tired, and your back and your arms and your legs will hurt. So if there's one thing, pay attention in orientation. They go over the videos, and after you get hired and everything. I'll talk about the hiring process as well, but in orientation, one thing in the video, because I know it's boring. Everybody wants to go to sleep during orientation, right? Because it's boring. God damn, my arms hurt. Fucking hell. But like, you know, just pay attention when they tell you how to pick up packages, because it actually matters. Like I was paying attention and I paid the price. Like, don't bend down and keep your legs, like your knees straight. Like, bend down using your knees, like squat and pick up packages. Because holy shit, I mean, it is like, oh my god, like it is physically taxing for sure. But I mean, the hiring process pretty simple. You know, nothing too crazy. You know, you apply online, and within a couple of days, if you know your resume or whatever fits what they're looking for, they'll bring you into an interview. And in the interview, I mean, because like most of these, because the dropout rate is high. That's the thing. The dropout rate is really high with this job because you know you're doing a lot. You know, I mean, like, you know, it's strenuous, and people, when they realize how tough it actually is, are like, holy shit, like, you know, and it's really high. People like to quit. We today, I think it was like one of the busiest days, they said, and normally Wednesdays are the busiest days, and they, you know, because we had 13 trailers, and you know, 7 people called out today, and, you know, so so you know, when you go to interview, you don't really have anything to worry about. I mean, I've been through so many damn interviews, as y'all see on this YouTube channel. I don't even care when I go to interviews. I'm not nervous. Like, I don't like, it's unfazed by it. But you know, you go to an interview and they don't even ask you like questions, like any questions about you, or you know, certain scenarios and stuff like that, or what would you do in this scenario, what have you done. They just plain and simply, they just tell you like, well, you know, you showed up, and like the guy was like, you think you can handle it? You know, you're lifting packages and it's a lot harder than people, you know, than what you think it is. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, cool. You know, and they want to get you in there quick as possible. And you know, their biggest thing is making sure you're trying to be comfortable on your first day. Like, they want to get you in there. So I mean, hell, within a day, like after the interview, within a day, I had gotten a call back saying your background came back, whatever. And then, oh no, that was 3 or 4 days. Never mind. 3 or 4 days, got a call. And then after that, when he called me, he was like, when you think you can show up for orientation? And I was like, anytime. And I was trying to call his bluff. I was hoping he would say next week or something. But he was like, okay, you can come in tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I was like, bruh, fuck. But, you know, I showed up, and then the next day after orientation, you're working. Like yesterday, no, well, yeah, yesterday I had orientation. Yesterday morning, and then today was my first day. And I mean, yeah, you know, after everyone dismisses and breaks, after they had that like little 1 or 2 minute meeting, like when they talk about progress and everything from the previous day, you know, they're like, okay, so just hop in that trailer right there, and they were like, start helping him unload. So I mean, training really isn't like, I mean, it's hands on. Like, it's not really like you're watching. You're not watching. Like, they're just telling you, hop in the trailer, start unloading. So, you know, tomorrow, I'm pretty sure I'll have me unloading again. I have yet to see, just like I said, tomorrow will be my second day. I have yet to see what other things I'll be doing. You know, like I said, you know, you got a scanner who, and you know, scans it and then puts it on the conveyor belt and then puts certain tags on certain ones. And you got other people who put it to certain, you know, sections on these little crates or platforms or whatever. And you got other people who, you know, are making sure the belts don't get stuck. And you got a whole bunch of tasks. Fucking hell, my arm. And, you know, you got a lot of people, you know, doing different tasks. So we'll see. And, I mean, yeah, like I said, though, you know, my final thought on it, it's only my first day. But so far, management's been fine. I mean, I haven't had any complaints. I know they said that they consider the drivers your customers because, you know, you're the one who's unloading, and like you know, you're the one who's unloading, and sometimes if they need you to, you're the one also loading the truck. And I know that they said sometimes the drivers can be feisty or pissed off if you don't load it the way they want you to load it. And you know, they said last week there was a scenario where this girl came in and she was loading it too slow, and the driver was like, hurry up. And she was like, shut the fuck up, you know, and you know, they both got fired because, you know, that's one of their like serious strict rules, just like with the dress code with your boots and everything. Like violence, verbal or physical, is not tolerated. Like, they don't if there's even like a heated argument brewing up, your ass is getting thrown out. Like they don't play with that shit. They want to keep it like a decent environment in there, at least in my facility. So, yeah, you go in and like I said, so far it's pretty simple. Like I said, physical, demanding work. If you're looking for a quick job, if you're looking for something to make money on the side, I would definitely apply. But if you're looking for like an actual job, like to pay bills, or like an actual job to pay like mortgage or something like that, or buy a car off of, nah, don't I wouldn't apply. You can make your way through the ranks. There are 20-cent raises every couple of months. Um, they said, I think every month or every other month, there's 20-cent raises and stuff like that. And then, you can, they keep a lookout for people who are doing really good. And, you get like certain points or whatever. And then like, they'll even tell you new positions that are opening up if they think that you'd be better at a certain position, or that you can handle something else. They've got, of course, manager of the place, and, manager of like a certain section and stuff like that. And, they've IT and all that stuff. So, it really depends on, what they say, and how long you want to stay there. Like I said, if you want to, you could, you could definitely stay there, and within a year, a couple of years, you could be making some pretty decent money. But like I said, starting out, if you haven't worked out in a while, or you're not really into physical work, it's not worth it. Like, don't apply for this job if you don't want to put in that physical work just for that amount of money for the paycheck. Like I said, the only thing that will keep me going at this job 100% is like, okay, number one, saving up money, and number two, it's 4 hours. I mean, that's the one thing I love about the job. You go in, if you're working the shift that I'm working, 4 a.m. to like 8 or something. I mean, hell, you get there and it's like it's still dark outside. Roads are clear, everything. Let's say night owl. If you're a night owl, roads are clear. You're able to get there, sit back, listen to music, chill. Depending on how long your ride is. Mine's about like 45 minutes from me. And I mean, it's chill. I get there and everything, and I'm cooling. And then time goes by so fast. That's another thing. Probably in this video, time goes by so fast. My arms, time go by so fast, y'all. Like, you're not focusing on it. Like, when you get in there and you get into your first trailer, the only thing you're focusing on is to hurry up and get this trailer knocked out as fast as you can, so you can get to the next trailer or do whatever they want you to do. And like by the time before you know it, it's bright outside, and when it's bright outside that it's around like 5 or 6 a.m. And before I know it, you've done 2 or 3 trailers and you're going home. That's one thing I love. I mean, hell, I'm recording this video. It's like 10:30 right now. It feels so weird. I keep looking outside, wondering if the sun's gonna go down. It's gonna be nighttime. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to go back to work in like a couple hours. Then I look outside, and I'm like, it's bright. I'm like, god damn, it's not even noon yet. So I mean, that's one thing I do love about it. Like I said, simple, straight to the point. You're making a little bit of money, and it's only a couple of hours. So I'll give y'all an update video probably in about a week. Like a week's time. I'm still training per se, even though I'm doing exactly what everyone else is doing. But I think they told me within a week, that's when, if they're comfortable enough with you, they'll let you out on your own. You already know what to do when you clock in. You'll just go on your own and do your thing. So within a week, I'll give y'all a better update video and let y'all know, what I'm thinking and what's going on, if I'm still staying there. I mean, I think I'm gonna stay at this one. I know y'all probably, for those who watch a lot of my fucking interview and hire videos, y'all know that's y'all don't, and I know Doom, if you're watching this fucking video, don't you laugh at this part, man, okay? God damn. But, fucking hell, I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, y'all, it's a decent job, like I said, a little bit of money, simple, physically demanding to the extreme. I'm gonna hop in the shower right now and lay down in bed, and I can guarantee you when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna be feeling it. When I went to go walk Badger a couple seconds ago, my back was fucking up. Like my muscles were spazzing. Like how normally after you work out, after you work out, you don't feel the soreness until the next day. I'm feeling the soreness and the after effects of the job before I even left. I felt it. Like I'm feeling it right now. So I can't imagine how I'm gonna feel when I wake up in the AM tomorrow morning. And I don't know how the hell I'm gonna feel, but we we're gonna keep on going with it, y'all. I'll give you an update in about a week. And I'll let y'all know. But time to hop in the shower and beat my penis. See ya, niggas.